On this episode of MMA30, we head to the UFC Fan Expo in Vegas, where we catch up with Wanderlei Silva, Frank Mir, Cowboy Cerrone, and many more. Plus, we'll head to the Venetian, where Chuck Liddell's new wax figure is revealed, and over to the Luxor, where Bruce Buffer's poker room opened. And in a special edition of Training Time, we'll head to Gray Maynard's house, where he'll show us how to eat healthy. We'll also meet up with the Tapout crew at the Fight Museum, then head to a signing at the Las Vegas Fight Shop. Plus, Melvin Gallard will jump off the stratosphere on Las Vegas Boulevard. All that and more on this episode of MMA30. It's year number 2 for the UFC's Fan Expo. It's absolute madness at Mandalay Bay. My name's Dave Farra for MMA30. All the fighters are here. All the fans are here. We're jumping into it right now. All right, so what's going on right now is we are backstage at the UFC Fan Expo. Wanderlei Silva just arrived here. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of display to you how crazy this UFC Fan Expo really is. It's just starting. We're just walking in. Tell us about the experience here at the UFC Fan Expo for you.
This is amazing. You know, this is the public. This is the real UFC, the MMA fans in the world, you know? And this is amazing. This is for these guys can we work, you know? This is the reason for I'm fighting, you know?
Why the fans love you so much?
Yeah, no, it's this is respect, you know, because the fans feel the respect and I give for my fans. This is result for the hard work, and I love my fans, you know.
All right, and that is going to end the run for MMA30 with Wanderlei Silva, because as you can see, there is a line that runs all the way through the convention center for him to sign for the next couple hours. Wanderlei, great to see you, brother. My future ex-wife, Nicole, how are you?
Fabulous, how are you?
I'm good. This is crazy. This year I hear that the pre-sale actually outsold the entire event last year as far as the number of people. This is insane.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I love it. Lots of boys, lots of people.
And you actually have more glitter on this year. Why is that?
I'm very sparkly this year.
Let me move my mic out of the way. Just go ahead and can we just take a shot of how sparkly she is? Thank you for putting on the extra sparkle.
You're very, very welcome.
Okay, so we're backstage. We run into Donald Cowboy Cerrone, and I go, hey, you have a second for an interview? And he said, no, I'm in the middle of about 8 things right now. A little bit crazy out here, huh?
Oh, it's always crazy, man. Definitely crazy.
What's it like hanging out with all these fans, though, and them coming up, and there's 2-hour lines to meet you? That's pretty cool.
Really cool. Like, just walking to the lobby and having people like, oh, man, I want to take a picture with me. That's an honor for me to have people just want to take that picture with you. You know, it's cool. So looking back 3 years ago, that never would have happened, and here I am today, and it's just awesome.
Mr. McSweeney, how you doing, man?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Kind of crazy crowd out here, huh?
It's nuts, huh?
Is this your first Fan Expo? Were you here last year?
I came here last year when I got out of the house. This was the first day when we got out. We had to come and do this. So
you were kind of announcing the whole Ultimate Fighter cast at that time?
Right, it was exactly 1 year ago today. So yeah, no, it's crazy, but I'm excited to be back. I love the fans. They're so passionate, you know. So
what's changed in the last year for you? I mean, as far as recognition goes, is it getting kind of nutty?
For me, it's really crazy. Yeah, I've been fighting for such a long time, and there's no fans and no production like the UFC, and UFC fans are one of the best, and you know, they've been so supportive for me, and it made me really feel a part of their country, you know, so I'm really lucky to be here.
The fighters, the fans, the merchandise, it's all on the ground at the UFC Fan Expo, and MMA30 is headed back for more in just a moment. We have just pissed off 3,000 people by cutting in line for Joe Daddy Stevenson's autograph. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Being out at this Fan Expo specifically, tell us about the experience for you from your perspective.
It's wonderful. It's awesome to give back to all these are the people that help support me and my family do what we want to do. So it's wonderful.
All right, it's begun. They noticed Frank Mir, and all of a sudden the people are starting to swarm around. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's a pretty intense event here.
I noticed you tried to sneak in all incognito, and it didn't really work. There was this line of people following you, but no one wanted to come up and tug on your shirt.
A few, but I had some of the bodyguards guys. They were helping me out.
So Hitman Dan walked over to me, and he said, hey, do you want to interview my girls at the Hitman booth? And I said, yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at that again. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. What's up, John Fitch? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You enjoying your time at the Expo?
Yeah, I didn't know where to go when I first got here, so it was a little crazy, but get settled in, and it's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it to be this huge, but it's pretty crazy.
Vitor, Belfort, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine.
You look happy, you look healthy?
Always happy, man.
And you look at these fans, man. I mean, just the look in their eyes, they love you.
Yeah.
The guy just started a chant on his own.
Yeah.
Vitor!
So one of the It Ain't Chemo girls is Stephanie Ann Cook. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. And you're out here modeling this weekend, and the shirt, very nice, obviously, but this is one of my favorite parts. If you could turn it around, the back, the design here, with the way that it's all sewn up, and then she's also wearing Tough Enough shorts there, which are also very, very nice. Are you donating your time out here? I mean, this is pretty nice of you.
I am. It's for a good cause, and I love them, so.
Put this on and come out here. I mean, I've got to imagine that there's a lot of guys kind of gawking.
Yeah, but it's okay. I don't mind.
So we're at the ATI booth hanging out with King Mo, and I think this breaks some kind of rule. I mean, you're the Strikeforce light heavyweight champion.
I think it does too, but you know what? I just came as a UFC fan myself. I'm an MMA fan. I'm a fan of all forms and organizations of fighting. And I just came out here, and the next thing I know, hey, I'm just at booths signing autographs, so taking pictures, doing interviews. So it's whatever with me. I'm just having fun.
Things have changed a lot in the past year for you as well. Did you come to the Fan Expo last year?
Yeah, I came last year.
And I don't imagine that there was the kind of lines that there are this year for King Mo.
Nah, last year people thought I was Rampage.
Congratulations on all your success, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Hanging out with the evil sensei, Mr. Marty Kove. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm kind of amazed at this show. It's kind of pretty crazy here, you know.
I like that you came out here rocking the old school Cobra Kai shirt, man. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, you know, I still live with those guys in my head. You know, they're all terrific.
Do you still believe that the enemy deserves no mercy?
Remember, mercy is for the weak. Here and on the streets, someone confronts you, he is the enemy. An enemy deserves no mercy.
I love it. Great to talk to you, Marty Cove.
Take it easy, man.
Coming up, Bruce Buffer gets a poker room and Chuck Liddell gets a wax figure. That's next on MMA 30. This is a big moment for you. I mean, I look around the room, I see presidents, I see astronauts, and I see Chuck Liddell.
It's cool, yeah. It's like I said, it's kind of surreal. It's weird that they'd even want one of these of me, but to actually have it and have it this accurate, it's crazy.
This is kind of an immortal moment for a lot of people. I mean, a wax figure yourself, you're the first mixed martial artist to get it. Did you ever expect this sort of thing to happen when you began fighting?
Definitely not. I mean, we were just fighting because it was a fun job. You know, it was something fun to do, and you know, things in the sport grew this quick, and I think it's going to keep growing. But you know, just getting this kind of an honor is kind of weird. It's still kind of, like I said, surreal to me.
It's funny, you get all these things, these pieces that recognize all that you've done in the sport so far, but I know that you're still kind of a little bit torn on what's next. Any insight you can give us?
Not yet. I'm talking with Dana today, actually, about kind of going to sit down and have a discussion and talk about what's next for me in my life and what I want to do in my career. So we'll see.
Well, congratulations on this. Thanks for all you've done for the sport, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It was a big day for two prominent figures in the MMA world. From the revealing of Chuck Liddell's wax figure, we go to the grand opening of Bruce Buffer's poker room at the Luxor.
This is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time! Let's
Dave Farra for MMA 30, and I have come to Bruce Buffer's brand new poker room here at the Luxor to take your money.
You know what? If you can take it, take it. But you know what? I want all your chips. That's the way it goes.
You're pretty good at poker from what I understand.
So I've been playing poker since I was 8 years old. My first cash games were 14. And I've been gambling semi-professionally now for probably 6 years at poker. Very seriously at poker.
This is like a childhood dream coming true for most people to have their own poker room, especially if they're a big fan of poker. So did you ever expect this sort of thing to happen, being in mixed martial arts, just the way that it's grown?
This never, honestly, never would have occurred to me. I mean, there's so many other people I would think would have a room before me. This is awesome. There's a store over there, the Buffer Zone store. Did you see it? It's like, wow. I'm a kid in a candy store right now. I gotta be honest. I'm seeing this for the first time as you are too. This is blowing me away.
This is just really, honestly, a clever way for him to justify all of his gambling losses.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I haven't lost a poker in 6 years.
Well, that's about to change today. It's time to take Bruce's chips.
It's time to go to war on the green felt, on the maroon felt battlefield of champions.